to do challenges. I like to challenge myself every single day. I have a challenge video, I have a DIY video, and I have a fun video. So this is the Netflix challenge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start a show or a movie. Um, I'm gonna start off easy and then I'm gonna make it hard. So when I pause, I'm gonna watch the show, and when I get halfway through the show, I'm gonna pause it. I have to say the last sentences that's in the show or the movie. I have to say the whole thing. I have to say it right. Um, um, I have rules. So the rules are: I cannot say it fast. I cannot say it slow. I cannot miss any letters or any syllables. I have to say every single word. I cannot miss words. I can't, like, for example, if the last sentence of the show, for example, if I had my own show called Savannah's World, and my last sentence were, "What are you doing?" We go on less than an hour. If that was my last sentence, and someone was doing this challenge, and they were like, we go on less than in a minute, but that's wrong. So I have consequences that if I don't follow these rules, I have consequences. I have to either do 10 sit-ups or either 10 push-ups, or I have to eat something completely stressful. I mean, eat something that I don't want to eat, or I have to do something stressful, or I have to tell something embarrassing about myself, and I have to also either share embarrassing story, which also goes with my fun game that I made up after I do my Netflix challenge. I have a fun game I'm gonna play with you guys before I watch more TV. So let's go ahead and start the challenge. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm gonna pause it at some point. What? Oh, okay, guys. So I got like, okay, so I got almost halfway. Okay, here. Okay, ready? Well, I don't really want. I don't. Well. Oh my no. Okay. Oh my no, guys. So I got most of it right, but I didn't get to finish it because I I played it. I let it play. I was listening, and it was so hard. I was gonna go eat. I was trying to go. That was easy. That was supposed to be easy. It was supposed to be easy, guys. Easy. It was supposed to be really, really, really easy. So I don't want to do push-ups or sit-ups because my stomach's killing me. So I'm not gonna do any workouts. I'm not gonna eat anything. I'm not gonna do anything stressful because my stomach hurts. So the only choices I have are tell something embarrassing about myself, which I know I thought I was gonna get the answer right where I wouldn't have to do any consequences, but I lost, so I have to do the consequences. Okay, so I have to tell something embarrassing about myself. Okay, so I okay, so when I was born in Okay, so I was born in Fuquay Varina. I lived in Fuquay Varina when I came home from the hospital. Then I moved to Cary, and then after my house burnt down, this is how I end up here at this house. So when I first moved into this house, I was like really young. I was still in elementary school. We had our neighbors next door had two dogs and two Siamese cats, and they had two kids. My dad was friends with them. My mom was friends with them, so we were really good friends with them. They were our neighbors for a while, and now they live close to us. They moved actually. I forgot the neighborhood, but they live some neighborhood that away. But their last name is White. Preston White, Emily White, Elliot White, and Leanne White, and they were our neighbors. They used to be our neighbors. That used to live across the street from us. Now we have neighbors called the Ishans. But when the Whites used to live across the street, um, their son Preston, um, uh, um, their son Preston. So my brother was friends with Preston and David, and one day my brother had one day David, my brother's friend David, was over here and Preston was over here at the same time. We were all in the living room, and we were all in the living room and we were just like talking because I was friends with I was friends with Preston and friends with David, even though my brother was friends with them, but we're neighbors or whatever, and they're neighbors. Anyway, so they were all in the living room, and my brother's like my brother Jordan was like, Savannah, I dare you to. I can't remember exactly how. I think I remember how it happened. He said, um, he said he saw me looking at. He saw like Preston like I was just like he saw. I think he saw Preston looking at me, or I was looking at. I don't know. I either was like looking at Preston or he was looking at me anyways. So he said, I dare you to I dare you and Preston to kiss or something. And I was like, no. I was young. I was like, no, I'm not gonna kiss him. Gross, because I'm like young, and I'm like, I don't want to do that at a young age. I want to wait till I get older to do that. I didn't really say that though, but in my head I was thinking that. And so, my brother and David thought it was a good idea at the time when I was little. Um, um, that's why when I had a boy, when I used to date, I had four boyfriends in the past, which is kind of embarrassing, because I did have four boyfriends in the past. But when my first boyfriend asked me, have I kissed anybody, I said no, and the reason why I said no, I was saying it to be nice, but I originally have had kissed somebody, and a lot of people were asking me who was my first kiss. It was my neighbor. My brother Jordan and David took Preston and took me and forced us to kiss each other. Like literally forced us to kiss each other. And none of us like literally wanted to kiss each other. So they made us kiss, which was awkward and weird. And it was like in my living room. And I'm like, okay, this is my neighbor, you guys. This is my neighbor. This is my neighbor. And he actually, okay, Preston went to Millbrook High. That's where I graduated. I graduated from Millbrook. So technically Preston went to my high school. We graduated the same year. And I don't think he remembers this, but I remember it because it's the most embarrassing childhood story I've ever told people. So that's my consequence, which is so embarrassing because it was so embarrassing for me because it was embarrassing, it was awkward, it was weird. I'm like, really? Why? Okay, seriously, my brother, my own brother, like my sibling, like really? Why? I'm like, why? Okay, why would you force somebody to kiss each other? It's like kissing somebody in kindergarten or preschool. They made us kiss. They put us. They, our, the phone is me, and my hand is no. This is Preston, and this is me, and this hand is Jordan, and the remote is David. They take us, and they go. They like force us to like kiss on the lips. It actually was a good kiss, but it was weird and it was embarrassing. So I was like, are you, oh my gosh. I'm like, in my head, I was like, this is not happening. So when people ask me, have I ever if people I don't a lot of people ask me about this, and my first boyfriend asked me, have I ever kissed anybody? I said no because I said it to be nice, which I actually have. I didn't want to tell him the story. I didn't want to tell him the embarrassing story because I didn't want to embarrass myself in high school. And I knew that person went to my high school, so I didn't want to okay, Millbrook is a big school, so I didn't really see Preston. I saw my graduation, but I didn't really get to see him because Millbrook has a lot of people and it's like really big. Um, and so when I used to date my first boyfriend, that's when he asked me that. I said no because I was doing it to be nice. And people ask a lot of boys that I've talked to recently have asked me that, and I say it to be nice, which I actually have. I don't want to tell I didn't want to tell my like when I used to go out with my ex when I used to go out with my boyfriend. I didn't want to tell when I used to date. I didn't want to tell him. And if I ever do get a boyfriend, I'm still not gonna. I don't want to tell him the embarrassing story about myself, what happened to me, because I have a feeling that I'm probably gonna be asked that again. And if I do end up getting asked that again, I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't want to tell the story. I already told